In this tutorial, we will demonstrate how to quickly edit the properties of many parcels and buildings at once using the Paint tool. The Paint tool can be used to edit a variety of properties such as the parcel zoning or the building's height. For example, consider this group of industrial parcels right next to a highway. We've turned off the building layer for legibility. We are going to change the zoning of these parcels to mixed use. First, create a new proposal. Select the parcels for the proposal and in the Proposal Manager, click Add. Name the proposal Industrial to Mixed Use. Now that we are working in proposal, we can paint changes without affecting the base layer parcels and buildings. Open the Painting Settings toolbar. Select Parcel Layer, Zoning Category as Field, and Mixed Use as Zoning Type. Select the Paintbrush tool and start painting. Watch the parcel colors change to reflect their new proposed zoning. Let's look at an example that demonstrates another feature of the Paint tool, the ability to paint with a range of values rather than a single constant value. We'll visualize a possible build-out of an area where we expect buildings between 2 and 8 stories. We can do this without having to individually assign heights to each building. Select the building layer and turn it on. You paint the number of stories on the buildings by selecting the buildings layer and stories field. You can assign a constant or range of values. In this case, we need to paint random number of stories between 2 and 8. Again, click the paintbrush icon in the toolbar to go into paint mode. Adjust the brush radius and start painting. You can see in 3D view buildings with a minimum height of 2 and maximum height of 8 stories are generated. Next, we will show how to apply a set of values proportionally using the Mix option. Say we want to show a range of development types in an area and we know the proportion of each that we want to apply, but we don't need specificity at this point in our process. We just want to quickly visualize relative amounts of each development type. We'll use the Mix Paint option for this. Let's see how this works. Select the parcel layer and Dev Type ID field. We are going to paint a mix of 3 development types. If we specify the same factor for each type, they will be painted in equal proportion. If we want fewer apartments, we can reduce its mix factor to 0.5. Now, there will be half as many apartments as either of the other development types. Now, when we paint a mix of development types in our proposal, the types will be applied proportionally using the revised mixed factors. Save the proposal and exit. There may be times when you want to paint properties onto a parcel or building to match the properties of other parcels or buildings. The Pick tool lets you do just that by providing a way to pick up properties from other objects just by clicking on them. The Pick tool is particularly powerful when it's used to pick up not just one, but a range of values. If you pick using a brush that covers multiple parcels or buildings, all the objects under the brush will be sampled, effectively picking up not just a single value, but a range of distribution of values. Let's demonstrate this with an example. Say we want to pick a mean number of stories of buildings in a particular area. Click on the Pick button and pick from an area. As you click, you see that the mean number of stories is 2 and the standard deviation is 1 in the selected area. Now, when you paint building height in your proposal, the same range is applied. We can also pick a uniform range of values. When we pick from the same area, we see that the height ranges from 1 to 6 stories. The same range can now be painted on our site. In this manner, you can pick and paint many other attributes to parcels and buildings and begin your analysis.